Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Who's at the door? Who's at the door? Oh my God, look who's at the door. Oh. What are we doing here? Oh, I got to get the chair. I'm sitting down for this one. Look at me. Look at, oh. Wow, look at us. You made it. Ooh, welcome to the Shlicketty cast. It's the first annual ever half-assed Halloween extravaganza. Wow, we are in for a treat today. You've got all kinds of, oh, wait, let me get closer. Oh, I got to do my usual. Here we go, folks. Ding dong ditch. Oh, yeah. Well, guess what, guys? Man, I got a whole ton to update you on, but don't worry about it. I got to do it. I need my partner here. Who is he? I hear a ship rolling in. Do you hear that? It's a ship rolling in. Here he is. My partner in the square. It's Mr. Mike Anderson.
Whoa, look at that. Is it me? Arrgh, shiver me timbers, you bastards.
Wow.
You're on the ship now. You're in for it.
He is there. Wow. Captain Mike. Captain Mike in the house. So you made it. Wow. Thanks for coming, everybody. It's Halloween time. Dun, dun, dun. Did you like our intro? That was pretty fun.
Happy festive Halloweenness to one and all.
We have some callbacks from old episodes, so you got to tune into some of these older episodes and know what we're talking about. You saw in our logo, you saw a little thing there from our little friend Edgar Allen Squirrel, and we're going to be talking about Edgar Allen Squirrel a little later. So there's that. But hey, oh, I lost my mustache. All right, wait, hold on. I got to get my mustache going on. If it doesn't work out, I might have to ditch the mustache, guys. But also, what do we got? Well, oh yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for all our new subscribers. You guys are awesome. I can't believe what's happening out there. I don't know where you're from, if you're from Canada, if you're from Argentina, who knows? Tell us where you're from. How about a roll call out there?
Yeah, welcome y'all.
Welcome, y'all. We're two idiots from Erie, Pennsylvania. And if you don't know where Pennsylvania is at, well, look for the Keystone. Look for the United States. We're at the Keystone. Look for Pennsylvania.
Look it up on your maps.
And then zoom in on Lake Erie. And then you zoom in even closer on Lake Erie. You'll see like a little peninsula sticking out, like a little finger sticking right into Lake Erie. And you zoom right in there. That's where we're at. So Google Earth that one, you sumbitches. All right, but I'm glad you're here also, too. Hey, tell a friend, like and subscribe. That's how we're someday, if we're ever going to get an advertisement, we got to like and subscribe. So do it. And here's our address, too, if you want to write us some hate mail or love mail or whatever. There it is.
No, don't write us hate mail. Just keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah, really. I know. There's enough negativity in the world. We're here for the half-assed Halloween extravaganza, and we want to make it as positive an experience as possible.
Yeah, say hey. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us something fun. Tell us maybe a little story if you got a little something fun. It's a little something fun you want to share.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
Just say hi. Just say what's up. Tell us who you are, so we can sort of envision it. So when we're here, we know that you're there, and we can just say hey.
Oh, I got gloves on, but yeah, we'll dip in the trick-or-treat candy later. I'm getting a little sweet tooth, man. I don't know about you. Oh, so what we do at the Shlicketty cast, we like to go to the Wayback Machine. Mike and I always chat about everything. We're always kind of heckling and jeckling and talking about what we did in our past. But, all right, Mike, Halloween, what's your take on it? This is your first time. Usually, I call it the time of year where we turn our lights out and ignore the kids.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, the trick-or-treating seems to be changing. Because when we moved here a couple years ago, and we did the trick or treating. Like I said to the next door neighbor, I'm like, hey man, what's our trick or treating quota around here or whatever? He's like, usually he's like 2 to 3 bags will usually do you. I'm like, okay.
Ooh, that can get spendy.
And nobody came. And it was sort of like that in Arizona too.
Yeah, didn't you cul-de-sac it there?
Yeah, so they would sort of close down the street. They would throw up some barriers, and just the kids would just trick or treat all up and down the street. And so we used to go just sit in the driveway.
Take that off.
We had a couple little chairs, a little table.
And would people like set up their open their cart. They should have trunk or treat. I've been seeing places doing trunk or treat where people pull up their cars and kids just walk from trunks and people decorate their trunks of their cars.
That's not a bad idea, because you can just do that in a parking lot somewhere. You just pop up somewhere in a parking lot.
Yeah, that's a trunk or treat. Yeah, it's a whole big thing. They've been doing them around here. They're catching steam as the years go on. Not a bad idea.
They're doing them around here?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want them doing it here.
Oh, you don't want them doing it here?
Nah, I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
Yeah, true.
That's the old, not in my backyard. Oh, no, don't look, don't look.
Whoa!
Don't look.
The storm's rolling in over there.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. I know. Yeah. Boy, my mustache is kind of getting all fuzzy. I got the fuzzies going on. Boy, Halloween isn't what they used to be.
All right, this is why it's a half-ass Halloween special.
I know. Already, yeah. You got your light gels falling off. I got my thing falling, my mustache falling apart.
Hey, you want some tape?
No, because what am I going to do? Tape it to my face?
Tape it to your face. What else is your face doing? Nothing.
Wow.
It's not helping. Look at me, I'm over here doing origami with fucking gaff tape.
Well, that's why it's the half-ass special. That's beauty of it. I don't have a Liquid Death or a Starbuck today. I wanted to go to Starbuck, but we're running a little late.
Oh, was that the thing? You know what? Funnily enough, hey, for you kids at home, the secret this week is old episode number 9.
Was that 9?
Yeah, we're gonna put out a little clip from 9, but
Okay.
also episode 9 was the one where you had your Starbuck rant.
Oh, yeah.
I finally watched your Starbuck rant. I finally saw it. I saw it like yesterday.
Yeah. They
2 days
fixed it. All I'll say is they've now, it's been about 2 months, but they came to terms with themselves, we'll say. They saw the error of their ways.
You mean there was a reckoning?
There was a reckoning.
Yeah, all right. Mm-hmm. That's the way to do it. They need, otherwise, how are they going to learn?
Yeah, I don't even think they unionized. I don't even know what that was. I think it was just lack of something. Who knows what what happened over there.
You know,
but now it's running like a well-oiled machine. There's all kinds of new alternative teenagers in there. They're all smiles. They know my name. It's kind of like Welcome to Moe's. I walk in, they're like, hey, how you doing? I'm pointing at people. I'm like high-fiving white guy in there.
They're like, hey, it's that guy.
Yeah, I'm like cool dad. They're like, cool dad.
Yeah, I worked in a store. It was like that. People you recognize would walk in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just you recognize me, you're like, oh, it's that guy. And sometimes it's like, hey, it's you, what's up?
Oh, I love going into places. That's what I do. Like, I walk into places and I'll just, like, go randomly in the doorway. Kind of like a wrestling, like I'm doing a wrestling entrance.
And then you pause for the applause.
Yeah, nobody says anything. And usually people either ignore you or they'll kind of smirk themselves like, this guy's insane.
I actually do that when I go into the old store that I used to work at. Because I can see who's working as I'm walking up to the door. So I know who's there.
Yeah.
So then when I walk in, I just like make a real loud announcement. I'm like, yo, what's up? And then they'll just start laughing at me.
I had to wear this questionably racist hot pepper.
Yeah, what's your take on that? Are you thinking that this is PC, non-PC? Are you gonna get canceled for this?
I don't know.
Is this it?
I don't know.
Is this the line? Is this the one step too far?
I hope so. I hope, yeah. Or I'm pissing off hot sauce aficionados. They're all like,
yeah, you know what? You
who
look
are
like,
you?
yeah, you look more like a mascot from a fucking habanero sauce.
That's what I was kind of going for. I almost wanted to, I should almost walk into a store and just be like,
Yeah, you know what? You should go hang out in the grocery store, buy the hot sauces.
yeah.
And then people will sort of be afraid to come over. And then, I don't know.
When they come over, they look at the hot sauce. I should go, you don't want that.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
But then you got to have a plan. Then they're going to be like, which one do I want?
Yeah. Or I should just hand out toilet paper or something. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I want to do
that toilet paper. Hey, you're going to need this to keep
You're going
up.
to want some of this. And here's some Tums and some Rolaids.
Yeah, don't go with the cheap stuff. You're going to rip right through.
Rolaids, hand out Rolaids. Do they still have Rolaids, Tums for heartburn?
Yeah, man. That stuff doesn't go away.
I saw a Pepto-Bismol commercial the other day.
That stuff never goes away because you just treat the symptoms.
Yeah, the pink stuff.
Oh, the Pepto?
Yeah. Yeah. It was funny, and I was laughing because the people who do the song, imagine how many takes in the studio they had to go, okay, pull back on the word diarrhea. Diarrhea.
Are you kidding? When that first came out, the first incarnation that they had, when the dude said diarrhea, it was the funniest goddamn thing.
Oh, I know, it never gets old.
And it reminded me so much of Trevor.
Yeah. I want to see outtakes of the diarrhea takes. Them just going, Okay, in the sound booth. Can we have a little bit more intensity on the Rhea and lay up on the die part? We'll just go with the diarrhea.
No, they leaned into it. Yeah.
They leaned into the diarrhea.
No. In the first one, it was just the guy. And he was so fucking funny the way he delivered it. And then the next one, they had like 3 people like in an office like fucking choreographed dancing. There was a chick that was saying it. And they were like sticking out their butt and like touching their butt when they said diarrhea.
All right, we're going to throw you a candy. What is it? Mike, we're throwing you candy.
Oh my God.
Read what it is. Has anyone heard of this one?
It is a Kit Kat Ghost Toast. Can you see?
I threw him a Ghost Toast. This was a new one.
There's no light there.
See, I tried one of these, and I thought it was pretty all right, the Ghost Toast, Now, it's not as toasty as you'd think.
No,
Wasn't it kind of buttery?
Well, okay, so they're not. So it's a Kit Kat. Everybody knows what a Kit Kat is. If you don't, Halloween's coming up. Yeah. Hope. You know what I mean?
So we're going to open the Ghost Toast. Look, it's orange.
Oh, you're not doing it with your gloves, are you?
Well, I'm going to eat it anyway.
It's not about the candy. It's about the gloves.
Well, I know. I got mustache hair in it.
Yeah, okay.
I got mustache hair in my Ghost Toast.
Your candy is not safe. Inspect your candy before eating it.
I know. Remember the old thing when they used to... Do you ever have anyone tell you the razor blade story when you were a kid?
Well, so...
I think everyone's neighborhood had I heard he bit into an apple and the razor blade went right in his nose.
Yeah, between his teeth and his gums or something.
Right.
Yeah.
He got his own cleft palate going on.
Yeah, we were in the same neighborhood. Yeah. We heard the same shit. We were going.
I think everyone's neighborhood had that old urban myth.
You know what? When we were growing up in the 70s, man, like that shit was prominent. It was like the metal shards were like the least of the worries about the candy. They were worried that there was PCP in the candy and that we were going to jump off the roofs and shit.
Oh, yeah.
It was
They're
nutty.
putting drugs in the Snickers bar. Have your mom inspect it. Have your mom inspect your candy.
Yeah.
They'd have PSAs, inspect your candy.
No, I remember like with the metal stuff, all of a sudden the hospitals and the dentists were like, bring your candy and we'll x-ray it. And they'd stay open all night, Halloween night. The people would bring in their candy and they'd fucking x-ray the candy.
Wow, that's a lot
That's
of
how
effort.
serious they were.
Yeah, and it's funny. Okay, well, you can have a little radiation on your Snickers bars. Radiation's good. Razor blades, no.
But so what did we do as kids? We took the candy, we squished it and broke it apart. And then we're like, I don't feel anything, and then you eat it.
Well, there was a time in the early 80s, late 70s, there was always the crafty house, and they would give you like a cooked, like a popcorn ball, or they'd bake you like a Ziploc full of...
Candy apple. I remember somebody in my neighborhood was giving out a full apple.
Yeah.
Dipped in caramel.
That
and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this?
It stinks.
What are you gonna put it in? Like you got the plastic pumpkin shaped like little carrier that the candies go in. What are you gonna do? Put the apple covered in caramelized sugar in there?
You can't do that. I
You
know.
pull it out, it's gonna be covered
Or
with
there'd
all
be
the
like
Smarties.
ghost cookie. Yeah, there'd be like a cookie shaped like a ghost, and it'd be just like a lame butter cookie with like a little smearing of, and you'd be like, these crafty moms, and they give you like a Ziploc of 4 bags or 4 cookies in the bag.
Oh, do they?
I remember getting those a couple times, and those were the ones my parents wouldn't let us eat. Like we were allowed to eat, like a pack of M&Ms or a Mountain Joy. We're at it, but we couldn't have the home baked goods. No, those. And now in hindsight, I wonder if my parents were like, yoink. They were like, we don't want you to be poisoned with the drugs. And then they're in the kitchen.
Yeah, maybe they knew. Maybe they were like, oh, these shortbread cookies are from Mrs. Williams. She makes dope shortbread cookies.
Yeah, they probably knew Mrs. Williams. Yeah, Mrs. Williams has the yummy taste. Yeah, they're probably thinking, ooh, can't let these kids eat these.
Is that chocolate chip with raisins? Oh, yeah. That's the.
Well, speaking of chocolate, I have a. So
You have news? You have news?
I have news. Look at this, ripped from the headlines, guys. All right. Here's what I got to read you because this caught my attention. This is why I printed it out just for the Halloween extravaganza.
Wait, start with this. Say this just in, my hand.
This just in. Oh, look, I have a checklist on the back list. We don't want to read that. Okay, so here we go. Chocolate. Well, that's why it's called the half-assed Halloween extravaganza. Wait, we need smoke for this.
Oh, yeah, smoke it up.
All right, we got a smoke machine cooking. Look at that. Can you see it?
Smoke it up.
Look at that. Whoa, whoa. Spooktacular. Oh, look at that. Mike's got the old lightning there. He's adrift at sea. Hey, did you hear about the pirate who had the steering wheel attached to his nuts?
No, there was a pirate with a steering wheel attached to his nuts?
Well, a steering wheel. No, that's the joke. I blew it. No, that was the old joke. Did you ever hear that joke? Yeah, the pirate who had the steering wheel on his lap. And he goes, I don't know why, but it's driving me nuts. Okay, so here we go. Chocolate is on its way out. There's the headline. Chocolate is on its way out. Why Halloween is about gummy candy now.
Really?
Yeah, we're old school. Chocolate is on the way out.
Now, I heard that the chocolate was immensely expensive this year.
That's what I was going to tell you. I bought a couple bags there. Now, I went to Sam's Club and I got a deal.
Well, this isn't even chocolate. The Ghost Toast isn't even chocolate.
No, they left that out. Yeah, I know. I got all kinds of shapes and sizes in here.
Not even chocolate in there.
Yeah, well, high cocoa prices combined with the growing preference among millennials and Gen Z consumers. Gen Z and millennials today are preferring 3 to 2 for chewy and sour treats and have prompted many confectionery giants to shift their strategies this spooky season. We're going to see a lot of new creations, they say. Halloween treats in the gummy and Twizzler theme and other kinds of non-chocolate confections. Confections. Yeah, that's it.
Not confessions.
Confessions, yeah. And guess, so let's see. Your assortment of sugary treats on Halloween may look a bit different this year. Traditional mixes of caramel, nougat, wafer-filled chocolatey mounds won't dominate Halloween baskets this year, as experts say. Yeah.
Filled with wafers?
Yeah, I don't know. They're basically saying the young kids, they like the gummies, they like the Twizzler, they like the sour treats, they like the things like that. Chocolate is not as hip as it was. I don't know.
Now they all sort of grow up with that sort of stuff. They've all got like the fruit roll-ups and the little, what are the little pouches and the little
fruit snacks.
Yeah,
just standard fruit snacks and
nibbles.
Gummies. That was all standard. Yeah. Yeah, my kid grew up with the
they grew up with that.
My kid doesn't even really. She's not really into chocolate. It's not really a big thing. It's kind of like I mean, she might have a Reese here and there. Reese's.
The peanut butter cups or the Reese's Pieces?
Both, but not very much. She's not really into it. She finds.
So us,
she'd rather the sour mics.
Us growing up in the 70s and 80s, we are at the tail end of that probably 200-year reign of chocolate, where
it is.
Chocolate was like a super fancy thing,
Yeah, it was a sign of decadence, but it was also a sign of,
all the way up through, like when we were growing up, like you get the box of Whitman samplers. It was like, ooh, fancy, fancy present.
Right, and it was a sign. Yeah, it was an easy gift. The sweet was always, the chocolate was always kind of like. And it was baked into holidays. It was baked into traditions, like, we're gonna, like, you go on a date, you give the girl a chocolate, or if you even if you're sad, you're at a funeral, let's eat chocolate.
Somebody's in the hospital, you take them a box of chocolates. Like, it was like, because it was such like a fancy thing. It's like, oh, you got a nice box of chocolates.
You're thinking of us, yeah.
And then with the candy bar companies and stuff, like when we were kids and we go out trick or treating, if you got any of those sort of like. What was the shit you were talking about last time? The Swedish fish?
Swedish fish.
If I got Swedish fish, I would be like, these people don't understand Halloween. They don't get it. I'd be mad. But if you got like remember when we were fucking like really young kids, you get like full-size fucking Snickers bars and shit from people?
When we get to the list later, I'll talk about that. But the full-size, that was, you remember, I still to this day remember the houses I got the full-size.
But that was like jackpot. If I got like a Twix or a fucking Milky Way, I was like, whoa, scored. Because a lot of it was like Snow Caps and Mike and Ike's. And like, it was almost like a movie theater sort of.
Yeah, and almost generic-y kind of thing.
Oh, remember they were those tiny little boxes? They were the size, like, the size of those little boxes of raisins? They'd have those. And it would have like,
raisins. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about raisins.
And they'd have like candy corns or like a little bag of candy corns.
Oh, they tried to revamp the raisinette.
The raisinette.
Yeah.
Isn't that just a chocolate-covered raisin?
It is. It stinks.
That
stinks. Yeah, I remember the places that always gave us the full-size candy bar, though. Who does?
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Who does? It? I
Yeah.
remember the Clarks, and they gave us full-size Clark bars to the neighborhood kids.
Now that's funny.
Yeah, and
That
their
makes
name
sense.
was the Clarks, and I
Yeah.
still to this day I know exactly where they live. I always like honk the horn when I drive by.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that would work.
Yeah. So you would score it. So if you got a lot of money out there and you got kids coming to the door, go full size. They will love you, and they'll remember you forever.
Well, not according to the news. The news says these kids don't even want the chocolate.
I know.
Like, they're out on the chocolate.
Well, then I'm going to have to say, if you're going to be giving away gummy treats, here's what you got to do. You got to give, at least go Haribo gummies. Don't be going no generic, get good gummy bears or cool quality gummy bears. Don't be chinsing. At least, but I think Haribo is pretty much what the Haribo gummies.
I've seen the ads on TV, and, that does seem to be the default, gummy bears in those gold packages and shit. But me personally, I don't like gelatin stuff. We also grew up with the ass end of Jell-O. Jell-O molds, remember those?
Yeah, that and jelly beans.
Jell-O fruit salad? No, but Jell-O stuff.
Jello? Yeah, Jello
I remember
sucks.
when I was a little kid, like under 10, like eating a lot of fucking stupid Jell-O.
Oh, and our parents tried to dress up Jello. They tried to put marshmallows in it. I
that
remember
was the
having fruit in Jello.
That was the thing in the 60s and 70s and stuff. That was like, learn to cook at home with make a, Jell-O this or Jell-O
yeah,
that.
like a weird marshmallow. Oh, I know, yeah. And to try to appeal to us kids, they'd like chop up a banana and put it in there, and you'd be like, oh, there's a squishy little banana in the middle of it.
Right?
Yeah, that's not cool.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, so Jello sucks, and you're right. That's what gave us the palate of, gelatinous things are weird.
And I remember when they came out with the gummies, and I've, there was a time I went to the grocery store and I just wanted to get like a multivitamin. I couldn't find a friggin' multivitamin that wasn't a goddamn gummy.
Oh, yeah?
Ugh. So I got to do the goddamn fucking the chewing it up. I don't know.
Did you do the Flintstones chewables, though?
I did do I didn't mind the Flintstones chewables when I was
A
a
little
kid.
chalky, but good.
Yeah, I kind of liked them because they put those stupid flavors in there, which, I go for.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Barney Rubble's lemon.
It's like a Smartie.
It's like Wilma's cherry, whatever. Or whatever the fuck. What were those ones that were fucking tasty? Those Spree? Remember those Spree?
Oh, Spree, yeah. Those were kind of like shaped like a Mento, or like a piece from the game Othello.
Yeah.
They're like Othello pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Trevor. Trevor was all into those one year.
The Spree, yeah, and they're in like a tube,
Yeah, big tube. Yeah.
You chisel them off with your thumb. Have a Spree.
They were fucking tasty though.
Yeah, I like the Spree. The Spree was pretty good.
They were kind of crazy tasty, like fruit striped gum. You know what I mean? Where it's like,
yeah, I haven't had one in a long time. No, I know. Well, we got the best and worst candies coming up later. So stay tuned for that. But we got all kinds of stuff. Now what else were we gonna back? Oh, we were gonna backtrack. Now we want to. All right, we like to talk about old episodes every now and then because that's why you got to go through the archives, read or listen to some old stuff.
Oh my God, our old episodes are a shit show.
Yeah, they're terrible, of course, and this is terrible. They're all terrible, but that's the beauty.
No,
of
but
it.
these are better than those are.
Okay.
So be forewarned. So
Yeah, they're all up there. Go to thedudecast.com. You'll see them.
We'll learn as we go. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, but these old ones, especially the ones with the blue backdrop, before we got the big city, before we moved to the big city.
Moving on up
to the east side.
to a deluxe apartment
In the sky. Yeah, so, all right. Well, moving on. Well, here's what I was thinking we could do here. It's part of the extravaganza. Now, if you heard an old episode, I don't know, 2 episodes or 3 episodes back, I heard something in my wall. It was a squirrel.
Oh yeah. So, have you heard anything else in the wall since then?
Well, let me just preface this by saying the cats that live with me have not captured anything.
Well, they're fat, well-fed house cats.
Well, they are. They stink. They're lame.
Yeah, I told you a couple of weeks ago when this came up, you need to stop feeding them.
Well, yeah, and yeah. I can crumple up a receipt and throw it, and they'll chase it, but they won't chase a live creature.
If you stop feeding them, they will.
Yeah. Well,
they will find everything that moves within 300 feet of the house.
I don't think Edgar Allen Squirrel has made it in. I don't know.
Oh, really? Okay, so based on the evidence, what are you thinking at this point?
Well, I have not seen any kind of refuse. I have not seen any kind of turds. I haven't seen any kind of anything that would say that the barrier has been broken. I heard the scratching in the wall.
The one time, just the one time?
Just the one time. I thought I could have possibly heard it late at night one time, but I wasn't sure if I was like half asleep or not.
Okay.
I wasn't sure. It was kind of like, but that sounded like it was on the roof. But I don't know. I don't know what that was. I don't know if I was dreaming or not. I was kind of.
Because you do live in an older neighborhood, and we have power lines, and there's all sorts of critters.
But I figured, here's what I wanted to do, and I don't know if it'll work out. You guys are probably going to say this is the lamest bit I've ever seen. Well, I got to get the Smokey for this one. Are we gonna dim the lights? Because in effigy to my friend Edgar Allen Squirrel.
Did you want me to kill your key later?
Well, if we could do that, I wrote a poem. Here. Oh, you guys are like, poem, you stink, Aaron, you stink. You're the worst. You want to kill me? But I can read the poem.
All right, let's just do that.
And I'll put this in my face like, remember the old Conan? In the year 2000. That's kind of, I'm giving tribute to the year 2000, even though we're year 2024. It's 24 years past the year 2000, so.
24.
Yes.
Past.
So I'll read my poem
2000.
As I kind of thought I did. I had to pay effigy, so let's put a little
Wait a minute. You don't pay effigy.
What's effigy mean?
Effigy means like a doll of a person or a representation of a person. Usually they're hung. Someone is hung in effigy, and people are saying that they want to kill them.
Well, why don't we put his picture up in effigy right here?
No, not in effigy.
We don't have a picture of Edgar Allen Squirrel?
We'll put up the picture so people can see what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's not an effigy.
Yeah, okay. It would be in tribute?
Well, I mean, it depends on your story, doesn't it? I mean,
yeah.
Is this a past tense scenario?
Well,
do we think the critter hath been past his prime?
Well, I shouldn't have even told the critter story somewhat, but here the poem tells the story. It's a poem. Look at this, guys. Okay, kids, get on your pajamas and gather around. Daddy Hot Pepper's going to be telling a little bit of a story here. All right, here we go. Do I want an accent for this, or do I want to use my regular voice?
Whatever you feel like doing. Here, I'll get a...
I was alerted one morning as I coiffed my Elvis hair. I looked in the mirror and noticed what was there. A man who was aging and doing his best. Good thing my nose isn't bulbous and I was wearing a vest. It could be worse, I thought, as I prepared for my day of work. Another round of underwhelming, fruitless tasks to make me feel like the jerk. You see, the Cracker Factory is how I get insurance for the soul. But my heart really wants is 1,000 bite-sized Snickers and a Halloween bowl. Ooh, it's getting spooky here. Gather round, kids. So one morning I brushed my crooked candy corn teeth. And I was leaving. I declared, my God, I'm late again for the 4th time this week. In a hurry, I fled the bathroom through the door, but before I could leave, from inside my walls, I heard the kerfluffling of a scuttling whore. A mouse or a critter or some ghost with a top hat. I gotta get going. Scratch, scratch, scratch. My God, what was that? I had visions of a creature so dastardly snaky. His furry, frothy mouth. Beast, I have to get my ass going. I don't have time for you in the least. Edgar Allen, I named him because I'm not sure he was just a squirrel and far from the storybook raven who claimed nevermore. Nevermore, nevermore, squirrely whore. All right, we're going on. That's the intermission here. Here we go. Here he was, storing his nuts. Bolts and stolen bric-a-brac. Little Edgar, the buck-toothed squirrel. Sounds like he found crack. Back and forth he ran, deep inside my walls he scurried. I'm sure burying his bric-a-brac for his illegitimate furries. However he goes, however he comes back, I think he carries his stolen nuts in his dumbass cheek snack. Oh, how'd he get in? God only knows. This morning it was cold, the autumn wind blows. Up a gnarly old branch that looks like Grandma's knee. Little bucktooth Edgar Allen snuck in before the deep freeze. Sneaky little scuttle fart. Got in some way. I have to leave, and I have to let him scurry, whilst I go to the cracker factory all day. My crooked-toothed friend is a sneaky little whore. I could hear him now, skittling to and fro. Inside my bathroom wall, and playing while I'm at work. Oh, what the fuck, bro? So I'm the jerk? Here we go. My worries grew large as the factory worked all week. I pondered and wondered what little Edward the squirrel could squeak. When I rushed home to see if he was there day after day, it was dawning on me. Little Edgar Allen Squirrel, he went away. Oh, how we doing, kids? You hanging in there with me? We're almost wrapping up the final row. Days went on with no sight of my friend. I listened day and night as I lay in my bed. Not the bread. I don't lay in my bread. Where art thou, little raven-esque friend? Could he be bored, or could he be dead? Whatever the case may be, maybe I'll see you in the spring, Edgar Allen. I did not think. Would I capture my heart by your kerfluffling behind my kitchen sink? So goodbye, little Edgar, wherever you are. And if I ever hear the scuffling from inside or afar, I hope that you don't sneak in and try to live here. Because honestly, these cats are super lame, so you'd live with no fear. But I'll see you storing nuts in a place behind my door. But if I see you, I'll smash you with a hammer. Get out of my bathroom wall. You mite-covered whore. You mite-covered whore. All right, yeah. All right, yay. Wow.
That was some epic poemness.
Woo. We need smoke for that. That took a lot out of me.
The smoke, man. Hold that button out for a while.
That took a lot out of me. That was wow.
All right.
How was that? All right, we're going to get the light going there, Captain Ahab. We're back. We're going to get our lighting going.
All right, I'm taking this from you.
We're doing some repairs on the set. Oh. All right, here we go. We'll turn on this light over here. Where are we going, everybody?
All right, things are getting nutty now. Oh, you know what? Just plug it in.
You didn't plug it in?
No, right here, on top of my camera case. Yep, there you go.
Oh, she's coming on. Look at that. Look at that. We did it, guys. Wow. Welcome to the half-assed Halloween extravaganza. Boy, all we need now is like Milton Berle and some Kiss and some dwarves and some, some Muppets.
You're obsessed with these 70s variety specials.
Oh, I know. They're so horrible. I loved them. I can't believe they made them.
They are fucking terrible.
And they did them with laugh tracks and everything.
Especially the ones like from when we were kids, the ones from like 78, 79. When disco was hot.
When they add the touch of disco with a laugh track. How are we doing on time?
It's progressing steadily forward.
We are doing it. We're doing this.
Yeah.
Wow, not bad. Now, those of you who have ever tuned into the Dewcast, well, you might have seen in an old episode, we used to play show and tell. And me and Mike would give each other things and try to decipher what it was. Well, one day I gave him a theremin kit. Now, those of you who don't know what a theremin is, look up the word theremin. And that sound you hear? That's Mike working the theremin he made from the old episode. It's the only instrument in the world that can be played without touching, which is pretty interesting in its own right. Look up what a theremin is. It's electronic waves. And that's how they used to make all the spooky sounds back in those old soundtracks you'd see in the old spooky Halloween specials. Yeah, pretty spooky stuff, huh? There we go.
There you go. Theremin makes a comeback.
Theremin's making a comeback.
Those of you who had it marked on the drinking game, you win.
The theremin. Yeah, theremins are cool. I know a guy who actually plays a theremin pretty regularly. He was in a band doing it. Garrett Skindell, if you're out there, I hope you're listening. He was a theremin guy, yeah. He built them. He had them custom made. They were real cool. So,
I know.
What?
I was just gonna say, yeah, my when I was in music school, my composition teacher literally wrote the book on the Theremin guy.
Wow. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, let's do some research on that. But that's a whole different story. That we don't want to learn anything. We're just here for the fun today. We're here for the candy. We're here for the poems. We're here for everything.
It's Halloween time, man. It's the best time of the year, especially here in Erie, Pennsylvania.
The leaves are falling.
It's baked into our name. Everything feels like the world's coming to an end.
Oh yeah,
it's great. But the weather's been pretty great. It's cold. It's chilly. It's been somewhat blustery,
but sunny.
Which is really
the
rare
leaves
for
are
here in
changing
Erie.
and sunny, so it's like cold outside but warm in your car, and then sun. You get the UV.
So it's sort of fun, you know.
Oh yeah, it's real nice.
Yeah, it's
like it.
So yeah.
Oh, all right, candy check. Let's do it.
What do you got?
Oh,
You got Smarties? I kind of like Smarties sometimes.
you like the Smarties, huh?
They're kind of like chalk, but I kind of like them.
I keep grabbing Ghost Toast. Well, this is an old school milk chocolate bar. Yeah.
Wow, that went right in my hand.
That's an old school milk
Nice
chocolate.
throw there, Ace.
Yeah, just a standard Hershey.
You know what? He's about the same size as a Kit Kat.
Yeah, all the bite size are about the same. I prefer the bite size in a weird way. I'd rather have 3 bite size than a full size.
It almost begs them both to be eaten together at the same time, like all at once.
I think, because
Which would be nuts.
The chocolate to inner caramel ratio or inner wafer ratio is better on a small bite thing than the bigger ones. I don't know why. The bigger ones always just are like a jumbo Snickers.
Wait, well, so do you like the if it's a Twix, the cookie, if it's a Kit Kat, the wafer, do you like those?
I do, and I
do too.
I like the small ones. I like them smaller.
Do you? Because I feel like if it's a small one, you get the little wafer or cookie inside, and then especially with a Kit Kat, because you got that whole bumper of chocolate around the bottom of it.
Yes.
So I feel like on a smaller one, your ratio of chocolate to wafer is going to be way in the favor of chocolate because
and you want them to be
smaller
bite-sized, one bite. Because I feel like if you got a jumbo one, then you're going to be like on Seinfeld when the guy was eating them with a fork. You know, you could put it on a plate like a giant, like a meatloaf, and cut it into pieces and eat it with a fork.
if you put it in the freezer.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that.
No, I don't. You know, I don't really like caramel that much anymore. It's too sticky.
You're done with caramel.
It's too sticky. It grabs your teeth, and like fucking Butterfingers, forget it. Forget it.
Butterfinger. Yeah, those made my. I forgot that on the list. That's the one I didn't add to the list. Not even going to get honorable mention. I didn't like the Butterfinger because I found it literally made my fillings ring with too much sugar. Like
It felt like it glues your jaw together, and then it's going to pull your fillings out.
I forgot about the Butterfinger because I made the list today. Today's list.
Oh, you got a list?
I got them.
Top 5, bottom 5?
Well, I got a best candy to get as a trick-or-treater.
Okay, so this will be top 5.
But here's the default. Full-size bars are not included. So this is just there's just these little sumbitches. Just the ones that you go trick-or-treat, and they open the door and they throw it in your little...
Wait, what do you got in a bag there? Was that a bag? Bag ones. I always like the bag ones.
Well, this is a Reese.
Oh, yeah, chuck it over.
There's a Reese.
Nice. Right in my hand again.
Got
You're
a
getting
Reese?
good at this. Oh, no, that's a peanut butter cup. I thought it was a Reese's Pieces.
Oh, yeah, I don't have any of those. I got some Whoppers here. You like the Whopper?
Isn't that malted milk?
That's a malted milk.
I don't know. Do you like those?
There's a...
Yeah, let me try one.
Oh, here's one I wanted you to try before we get into this because we all like a Snickers, but here's a different kind of a Snickers. This one is a ghoulish green Snicker.
Oh, I don't know about that, but
Well,
all right, let's see here.
Believe me, I ate thousands of them. They taste exactly the same. They're just food coloring.
I know, but if it's just food coloring, I mean, you know.
Oh, you don't want your number 2 to be fluorescent? Like when you eat blueberry?
Or like on, what is it, March 18th?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's Oh, here's a fun one in there, which did not make the list, but this isn't a bad one. The Hershey's Cookie and Cream.
Ooh, taste that. I've never had one of those.
All right, there's the cookie and cream one. That's a fun one. Hello, everybody. All right.
So it's like vanilla chocolate? What do they call that? White chocolate?
Yeah, it's the white chocolate. Yeah, the white chocolate's not too shabby.
That's probably what that Kit Kat is covered in.
It's
white chocolate. Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah. Preface on the Ghost Toast. Remember we said
the
this
Ghost
earlier?
Toast, yeah. Because I ate one the other day, and
It's kind of buttery. That's why I think they think it tastes like toast, because it has a buttery feel to it.
I don't know about that, because it is the white chocolate, which I don't eat a lot of white chocolate, but it's sort of like they're so like, oh yeah, I know this flavor. What is this? What is this? You know.
All right,
But yeah, they're putting something in it.
we're gonna go with the Ghost Snickers. Fun size. Okay, I'm gonna bite it. I don't know if you'll see the color on camera here.
All right, because it looks like chocolate on the outside.
Well,
It's got green guts.
yeah, the guts are green in there. But it tastes exactly the same as a normal Snickers. So don't be fooled by the green guts. Like, yeah, it's exactly the same. It's just food coloring.
Do you think they're doing that to try to appeal to kids to win them back to chocolate?
Maybe. I think they're trying to do it to sell more Halloween candy because I think they could almost call it like boutique. Like it'll be like, oh, it's theme oriented.
Although, I mean, are kids going out trick-or-treating as much anymore these days?
Well, we'll soon find out because this Thursday it's supposed to be warm, and we'll give you a report back on the trick-or-treating numbers. But
Yeah.
around here, you got a 50-50 chance that it's raining or cold.
Well, yeah.
But this year, apparently, according to the weatherman, we are going to have some pretty good weather. So I'm going to get on the old pepper suit and the hat and the questionably racist mustache, and I'm going to sit out there and I'm going to hand out candy at the end of my driveway. I like to hang out by the driveway because if I don't want to open the door. I don't want them ringing the doorbell. I got a ring doorbell that's going to go nuts. I got 2 dogs that are going to be going nuts. I can't have pandemonium. So we're going to sit, her and I are going to sit our little asses at the edge of the driveway.
Dude, I'm telling you, just sit there in the dark and go, hey, little girl, you want some candy?
I should hand out hot sauce. I should just get about 100 jars of hot sauce and then just drop them into people's thing. Just be like, hey, here, have some hot sauce. Your parents will thank me.
Boy, that would be funny, man. Like, how many kids are going to be like, you drink it? You like those? Don't they have those little ones?
Yeah.
It's like a single serving or something?
Yeah, they look like airplane alcohol thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those with the hot sauces. Or the McElhenney's, Tabasco, whatever.
So, okay, I got a list.
All right, so what's your theme?
The theme is candy, the best and worst candies to get as a trick-or-treater. Now, do we want to go best list first or worst list first?
Let's go best first.
You want to go best?
Because
All right.
that's what everybody has a best list on the top of their head.
All right. Well, my 5, here we go. Number 5, I'm going to say, and I'm going to put these two together. The Twix or the Kit Kat, because they're kind of in a similar world.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And they're equal bars. We like the caramel. We like the cookie wafer crunch. Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, they're both tasty. They're both great. I mean, personally, I'd put those higher because for me, those are a big score.
They are a big score. Because the Kit Kat, and the Twix, and if I had a Twix or Kit Kat side by side, it wouldn't matter because they're both equal level. That's why I couldn't put one ahead of the other. I thought they were good rivals. They're good partners.
Yeah, and just for the record, if people are going to play gotcha and be like, oh, but the Twix has caramel, and you said you don't like caramel, it's about proportion and ratios.
It is. It's ratio. That's why when I say bite size too, a full size Twix to me is not as good as a smaller Twix. It's weird. There's something about it that, once again, the bite size.
With the Twixes, yeah, those little bite-sized Twixes, there is something sort of like poppable about them, you know?
I like the bite-sized candy.
It's like you could eat a bowl of them.
But we're talking the ones we used to get. So, okay, we go trick or treat. Here's number 4. Now this one, unsung hero, the Charms Blow Pop.
The old standard... the blow pop.
The 2-in-1. It was a giant lollipop, but when you're done eating it, it turned into gum. Not a bad one.
Oh, that was the blow pop. Okay, I was thinking about the one. Remember there was a lollipop that was shaped like a whistle?
Oh yeah, the whistle. Yeah, they were just whistle pops. I think.
Blow through it until you sucked so much of it away.
Yeah, that was not to be confused with remember the ring that was like a big sucker diamond thing you put on the ring.
I never did those. Man.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
That was the stupidest thing to me.
Yeah.
Like you're just walking around with that in your hand, bumping into shit, and then occasionally you stick it in your mouth or whatever.
Yeah, or it would just melt sugar all over your knuckles.
Did it? Like I said, I don't remember
having. I remember having them, but I don't remember eating them.
No,
I remember having them as.
I mean, I'm sure I got them at trick or treating, and I just threw it away.
So I go number 4 with the Charms Blow Pop because you get 2. You get the gum, and you get a pretty good sized lollipop with it. So.
Wait a minute.
The Charms Blow Pop.
So that's the Charms Blow Pop. And then who made those, the fucking Tootsie Pops? Remember those when we were kids?
Tootsie Pops?
Yeah, remember that?
Well, not the Dum Dums. You're thinking the Tootsie Pop.
No. I'm thinking they had Am I remembering this right? They had lollipops with a Tootsie Roll in the middle. And they had the ad with the owl and the little kid. How many licks does it take
Yes.
to get the center of a
Tootsie Roll, Tootsie Pop. It was a Tootsie Pop.
That's
You're right.
what I'm saying.
I didn't like those. Those were kind of...
No. I don't like Tootsie Rolls.
Those would activate your saliva glands, and you'd have like a milky, chocolatey mess in your mouth.
Right?
Yeah, and it didn't work with the gum. Their gum was shitty. Yeah, that had really bad gum in it.
Yeah.
Whereas the Blow
Pops,
Pop helped the gum flavor.
No. The Tootsie Pop had a Tootsie Roll in the middle of a fucking.
Oh, was that it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I never had them either. I remember the ad. The ads were huge when we were kids.
Yeah, the ads were cool.
But it wasn't really my thing. So
All right, now I'm gonna go.
All right, so wait. So number 4 was Charms Blow Pops.
Charms Blow Pop.
All right, because it's a
For me.
2-in-1 for you.
Yeah. So here's another one. Now number 3. This is going to be an unsung hero.
All right.
Number 3, mini size, the Mr. Good Bar.
Isn't that just?
It's
chocolate?
a Hershey bar with almonds.
With almonds. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say peanuts.
It's classic cocoa, but it had a classic cocoa to nut ratio that was really good. And then it had the tinfoil wrapping, the silver tinfoil wrapping with the gold.
No, wait. Are you talking the little mini fun size ones?
Yeah, the mini. Yeah, a normal full size Mr. Good Bar isn't that astounding. It was just something about it.
because it's a very thin, wide chocolate bar with a couple of nuts here and there.
It's
But on those little fun size ones, it's a little nugget.
You're right. And its sister could be the Hershey with almonds, could be it. But for some reason, I think this was made by Nestle. This was not Hershey.
Right.
This was Nestle.
Something, yeah.
And Nestle, I think Nestle has a little bit better maybe in that form. I don't know. Hard to say. There's something about the Good Bar that I
Nestle
like.
is the European Hershey.
Yeah, I liked it. All right. So we're going to go down. Number 2, of course, but it's got a little sister next to it. But we're going to have to go number 2, the Snicker. The Snicker.
Oh, the little fun size Snicker?
The Snicker.
Yeah.
We love the Snicker because
fun
it's got
size-
all the elements of everything.
Yeah, I mean, you eat enough Snickers, it's a meal.
Yeah. And you have enough. Yeah. But its little sister was the Milky Way.
I dug the Milky Way.
I like the Milky Way as well.
Like when I was a kid, I wasn't a fan of any sort of nuts. I was just rejecting them just on principle, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So
true.
Peanuts,
because,
I didn't want it. I mean, it got to the point where sometimes, like, you'd have just the Hershey with the almonds left in the Mr. Good bars and the Snickers, and you're like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
You get eating them and you realize, they're just peanuts. There's nothing much to it.
Yeah. But I like the Milky Way. It was kind of a more whipped. The inside was whipped.
I do. I like the whipped nougat. It was just that and the candy shell.
So I put the Snickers next to the Milky Way side by side like we did with the Twix and the Kit Kat. Number 2. But here's the last but not least, my number 1.
The best.
Aaron Best. I got to say, anything from the Reese family.
Oh?
Namely, the Reese Peanut Butter Cup.
Yep. A lot of people do love that.
I like the peanut butter egg, the Reese Pieces. Any peanut butter item with Reese. See, they did it right with the little,
Now, for me, in the ratio, the cups is too much. That weird chemical peanut butter that they have, it's too much for me in the cup. But the Reese's Pieces, with the ratio of the inner goodness with the outer candy shell. Are you salivating just talking about this?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about the Reese Piece. And then I got to
They are
thinking,
tasty.
do I like the peanut butter M&M? No, that doesn't. The Reese Piece is a better peanut M&M than the peanut M&M is.
Right, because the peanut M&M is literally just a peanut dipped in the chocolate and then the candy shell, which are both a very thin layer.
Now, I got some honorable mentions for the best list. Here's a couple honorable mentions.
Okay.
Of course, an M&M, any size or shape. We like the M&M.
Yeah, the little packages.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. It's classic.
The Nestle Crunch. The Nestle Crunch.
I always like the Nestle Crunch, and especially in the mini ones where it's thicker, because once again, like the Good Bar, in its normal thing, it's very thin and wide. But you get those little hunker ones, and it was like, you bite into it and snap it off. Oh, yeah, it was great.
Yeah. It had that little Rice Krispie kind of crunch to it.
Yeah, the Krispies.
Yeah. And then the other honorable mention for the best, we don't mention this one enough, doesn't get its kudos. Straight from the refrigerator, the York Peppermint Patty.
Oh, I love the York
But you
Peppermint
gotta
patties.
have it from the fridge. You gotta throw it in the butter tray, forget about it for a day or two, and then you hide it in your butter tray behind the butter so no one gets to it.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, yeah.
A fridge peppermint patty.
Yep. And like I said, and little hint from Aaron to you, Put it in the butter tray, close the lid, hide it behind something, because the rats will be gnawing at it. They'll be taking it from you.
And hiding it in the walls.
Oh, yeah. So that's not a bad list.
No, that's a good list. That's a good list.
That's pretty standard.
Yeah, I think as far as the best list go, I think that pretty much covers, because you and I grew up around the same time. And like I said, for when we were kids, if we got Snickers, the Milky Ways, the Kit Kats, like it was like score, 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 score,
Yep.
score, score.
Yeah.
Those were all scores.
And you knew what you were eating on the first night.
Because there was a lot of stuff we didn't want to get.
Oh, yeah. And here goes the worst list.
Let's start it off.
Oh, here we go. Number 5 on the worst list. The Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, I was never a fan of. My dad loved the Tootsie Rolls. I never got it.
I felt they were going to pull my fillings out.
Yeah, is it chocolate taffy? This thing just fucking bothers me. I have it on my face. Is it chocolate taffy? I don't get it.
I think it's like a petrified cocoa taffy.
Right? It's
Yeah.
some sort of taffy because it's real
But I remember
chewy
it being
and stuff.
hard and
Yeah,
and like I think I'm going to break a tooth on this.
yeah. I didn't find it enjoyable at all.
And I found when you'd filter through all your candy through Halloween, by the time you got to about Thanksgiving, all long gone. But occasionally,
Thanksgiving.
or even like 2 weeks later, so everything's all gone. But then you look in the bottom of your pillowcase, or you'd open a drawer, and there's the old Tootsie Roll.
Oh yeah, the Tootsie Rolls would be hanging out in the in the kitchen.
Drawer,
you got
the
that
kitchen
tool
drawer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the kitchen drawer next to the old washcloths that Mom doesn't use.
Or in the back of the silverware drawer behind the silverware divider.
Right, in the junk drawer. Yeah, the junk drawer candy. Junk drawer candy. That should be a new...
Like a bottom of a purse or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, bottom of purse candy.
You get bottom of the purse candy. Well, here's another one I hated getting. How about the cowtail?
Cowtail. That sounds familiar. Is that some sort of... That is chocolate taffy, isn't it?
It is, but it was more of a vanilla-ish. It was almost like a taffy version of the marshmallow. It was like a marshmallow taffy, but around the outside was chocolate. That was almost like a Tootsie Roll feeling of the shell.
I remember those. I never ate one. But I think I've seen people eat it, and I've been like, yeah, I remember. Yeah, it's like taffy with like a little candy shell.
Right.
Once again, it's sort of like the gelatin stuff. The taffy stuff never got me.
Yeah.
Growing up, we go on vacation stuff. We go down to like the shore down in North Carolina. Fucking taffy places all over the place. People love taffy. Yeah.
No, I know the cowtail. I remember being on the bus once and throwing a cowtail up to the front of the bus. Like you're in the back of the bus and you. And I whipped a cowtail.
That's what I would do too. I'm not eating it.
Yeah, I threw it.
I'd be like, hey, anybody want this? Here.
Yeah. Here's another one that throws pretty good on the... Actually, we should make a list of best things to throw on a bus. But here we go. Here was another one. Milk duds.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. The milk duds, isn't that like malted milk? What is malted milk?
It's an accent on the dud.
Yeah. Accent on the dud.
It was crap.
It's milk, and then what came after it? Something good like shake? Nope. Dud.
No, yeah, it had. Yeah, it wasn't anything. It didn't even have the crunch factor of a Whopper. Well, like a Whopper could actually achieve the crunch you wanted.
Oh, that's right. Those were sort of hard, weren't they?
Yeah, it was kind of like a Tootsie Roll. It was kind of like a Tootsie Roll that you got out of the junk drawer. It was like a junk drawer fucking...
Gross.
Yeah, gross. Here's the next one I hated getting. Oh, this might go in the old time. I don't know if they still make them. Remember the Bit-O honey?
Oh, yeah. Once again, it's taffy. It's honey-flavored taffy.
So we see a theme here. The worst shit is anything made out of taffy, other than actual taffy.
Yeah.
Taffy's all right.
No, I don't even like taffy. I don't like any taffy.
The Bit-O honey was horrifying. That was something out of Grandma's purse. You'd go, all right, Grandma, what do you got? Lay it on me. And then she would pull out, I got some Rolaids and a Bit-O honey. And you'd be like, ugh, okay, hand me the Rolaids. So here was the worst on my worst list. Number 1 on my worst list, guess what? You ever get one of these? Trick or treat, and they hand out the popcorn ball.
Oh, yeah. I don't... Or they would put caramel in it, and it was like a caramel popcorn ball. It's like...
They started wrapping them and trying to sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the worst honorable mention, here's ones that made the honorable mention worst list, which Peeps end up on there. There's a Halloween version of a Peep.
Oh, yeah. Peeps are marshmallow. Yeah, I don't like marshmallow shit.
That's what I put. Yeah, my number one. Anything with a marshmallow.
Anything marshmallow, yeah.
The
fuck
Rice
that.
Krispie treat, I think, stinks.
Oh, no. I'm down with the Rice Krispie treat.
Oh,
I'm
you
okay.
are?
I'm okay with the Rice Krispie treat because the marshmallow is only a binder, keeping it all together.
Yeah, it wasn't-
I'm not eating a thick wedge of,
There you have it. Yeah, or a moon pie or a mallow cup. Remember the mallow cup?
Once again, I never ate one. I don't know what it is, but I remember them being around.
Now the other worst honorable mention I mentioned, I almost had Smarties on the list, but I'm going to let them slide. I think I like the Smart. As I get older, I find this more appreciation for the Smartie.
Now those are the little round guys in the cellophane cylinders, and they were sort of concave.
Yep, and they were the last run of when you're out of candy, and you had.
I like those ones. I thought those were a good palate cleanser between chocolate bars.
And yeah, I think those were the best of the worst.
Because I like just like sucking on them and stuff like that. I'd put like a purple one and a yellow one and a green one in my mouth all at once.
Yeah, that one wasn't so bad.
Suck
But
on
you'd
for a
have
little
to
bit,
be
but then
all
you
out
just
of
crunch
everything
'em up.
else. That
Yeah.
was, like I said, when you're down to all the Misfit candies,
sorta
that
like
was
the
the best
Smarties.
of the Misfits, I thought.
I liked them.
And here's another one that didn't make the list, but I don't like the lollipop, the Dum Dum.
Yeah, a lollipop
Lame.
doesn't do anything for me.
They always tasted waxy and weird. The worst of the Dum Dums, I'm going to have to throw it out there, anything root beer flavored. Remember the root beer Dum Dum?
You couldn't escape the fucking root beer flavored Dum Dums. At a certain point when we were kids,
We couldn't run from it. It was
Like-
crap.
it was like they were. If you buy a bag of candy, they give you a bag of root beer flavored Dum Dums.
Yeah, it's like that must have been the cheapest element to add in there.
Okay, let me throw a few in there. Other ones I hated getting. I will say bottle caps. Remember bottle caps?
Oh, yeah.
Bottle caps were like Smarties, but giant and soda flavored.
Yeah, and they would have a chalk to them, like a
Yeah.
residual chalk powder that would end up places.
Yeah.
Like it was almost like pixie dust, like some weird kind of like.
By
yeah.
pixie dust, we mean bone meal.
Yeah, is that what that is? Yeah,
Yeah, I think
malto
so.
milk chalk.
So what your number two was I thought was going to be the fucking Werther's original butterscotch.
Oh, the Werther's
Right?
butterscotch, right?
Like getting that as a kid was like, oh my God, this is the sort of candy your grandma has in her purse that you don't even want.
Yeah, but that was usually the handful of junk candy that they would go, here you go, here you go. They would skill crane you in a handful of junk.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, you know what else it used to annoy me when they would give it out is goddamn cubes of caramel.
Oh yeah, the caramel cubes.
The
I
caramel
forgot about-
cubes.
Yeah,
That's for cooking.
yeah, the caramel cubes. You're right. I remember getting those. I didn't mind them so much. Those were ones where you'd take like a standard Hershey.
I liked
eat
it when
the
I was a kid.
standard Hershey, and then I would take the square. That would be a supplement. Like I would add them with something.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, that's what I would do with those caramel squares.
I mean, it was like a dense caramel square. You could put it in quarters,
yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Although, you know what? The only caramel I didn't mind, my dad used to get when we were kids, was remember those circular caramels that would have the white chemical cream in the middle, like a dot.
Oh yeah.
It was like a caramel cell with a like a white frosting nucleus.
Sure.
Those were pretty tasty.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, when I was like 6.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Things mature as you get older. You find your candy taste something. The main stays the same, but there's certain things that are like when I was a kid. Like I would have been annoyed to get an almond joy, whereas now I'm not. I don't hate the almond joy.
Oh yeah, I hate all the coconut shit.
Yeah, coconut kind of stupid.
Yeah, you know what? There's on the boot it list.
I like the
with the coconut.
whatchamacallits and the $10,000 bar and the
No,
$5
no, wait. Now, what were those? 'Cause I
Clarks.
always remember. No, actually, no. That marathon wasn't that taffy, chocolate taffy.
A marathon, yeah.
Yeah, that was just took you forever to fucking chew it.
But there's a lot of candy bars that didn't make it because they don't have them in bite
wasn't
size.
bad.
Yeah, but that
had
was
like.
full length. I never got a small whatchamacallit.
I mean,
They only made the big ones.
Yeah, they only made the big because that was like everything.
Yeah, they only made big ones of that one. Same with the the $100,000 bar. That one.
I barely that was around when we were kids. That was
Yeah.
huge when we were kids. Is
yeah,
it
and the
still around?
Clark and yeah.
I remember that $100,000 being very much like a Baby Ruth, but with caramel or something.
Yeah, there was the
don't
butter. But my favorite was always the Fifth Avenue.
What was the Fifth Avenue?
Fifth Avenue had them all. Had all the elements. It had the cake, or it had the crunch, the caramel. Try a Fifth Avenue. You should try one. Will make your fillings ring kind of like, but not as bad as the Butterfinger.
Nah, that's too much. That's too much.
It's the Butterfinger without that weird orange buttery thing.
But you know, here's the greatest thing about the bite-sized, fun-sized chocolate candy stuff is you can just eat like one. You can just eat like a little bit.
And move on.
Yeah, it's just a nibble. You have a nibble or two and be done with it. Like if you get like a giant Fifth Avenue bar and you're 2 bites into it, you probably got enough sugar for like a week.
Yeah, it's too much.
But then you got to finish the rest of the stupid bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much.
I know, I'm exceeding carb count.
But you know what? You know why like the caramel and stuff was fine when I was a kid? I had fucking baby teeth. You know? When you're like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know? Oh, all the candy's good because you got baby teeth. Right?
Yeah, but we watch them now with soda pop and everything.
Oh my God, dude. I drank so much soda pop when I was a kid.
Ugh, yeah,
I was like literally like, what else would you drink?
Yeah, that was kind of gross too, I know. I'm eating all the candy.
Oh my God.
All right.
You are eating all the candy.
How are we doing on time? What's your time looking like?
Yeah, it's 1 hour, 1 minute on the video.
Well, I think we got to go. Guys, it's been an hour.
We don't got to go, but I mean, like it's probably 55 minutes.
We want to keep it at the same level, right?
Yeah, it's probably 55 minutes about here.
Well, we'll see you next year for next year's Halloween, half-assed Halloween extravaganza. You had all your half-assed action with us today at the Shlicketty Do cast. And, all right, unleash the storms. Whoa, look at that, look at that. Guys, it's been real. Thanks for coming to the Shlicketty Do cast. We're going to leave you with some cool retro Halloween music.
Hopefully.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what the copyright says.
All right. Bye, everybody.